What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? In this game, I bring you Ramen spawning in the southeast as the RUS, and in the northwest, we have Theodorus as the orange Byzantine. I apologize for the delayed introduction. Apparently, I had my mic muted for the first 20 seconds before I realized that my mic was muted. Just to throw this out there, well, not really just throw it out there, a little bit of information. Remember that the patch has come out, so the Byzantines do start with an additional 50 stone. Their Imperial Hippodrome has been nerfed. With that being said, we'll see what people start leaning towards. There is a double scout opener for both players. Obviously, for the RUS, it makes sense. For the Byzantines, it's not 100% beneficial, but it does help out delaying the amount of bounty that the RUS, or not denying, but not delaying, but denying the amount of bounty that the RUS is able to get in the early stages of the game. So with one scout, you're going to run around, grab whatever sheep you can. With the other scout, you're going to start killing off deer patches as you can, or the herds of deer. As you can tell, Theodorus has already killed off 14 deer, so that's going to be a lot less than, or that's a lot less bounty that Ramen is going to be able to get. And Theodorus is being slightly annoying over here on the eastern side of the map as well, trying to pick off some of Ramen's deer. I think I still have to go back into regular UI in order to see what the bounties what the bounty looks like for our RUS player. Tier 2 aqueducts up and running just about now for our Byzantine player. As I was saying, Imperial Hippodrome has been nerfed from the initial amount of triumph points you get upon completion. That's a lot of sheep for our RUS player. Where's our second scout at? Only 2. Did he get the 2? There's still 1 right there. I wonder how many he's gotten so far. It doesn't look like Theodorus grabbed that many sheep. It looks like he was more just trying to deny bounty instead of grabbing sheep. There's still some down here. I think I saw 1 or 2 down here. No, I don't see any. Just 1 anyways. I don't see the second one. It could have got picked up. But with the Imperial Hippodrome, instead of starting off with 30 triumph points with a duration of 1.5 per point, it's been nerfed down to 10 triumph points with a 1 second duration. So you're going from instantly having 45 seconds worth of triumph active with, well, a little bit more than that, since by the time your horseman does come out and get to the other side of the map, you'd have, oh, one moment. You should have 1 or 2 extra points. Regardless, you go from 45 seconds down to 10 seconds. That's a 35-second difference. That is massive. Everything else about it, I believe, stays the same. The duration, the heal over time, everything of the sort still stays the same if I'm remembering correctly. It's just the duration has been significantly nerfed. You do, in the long run, have more triumph points. It has been upgraded, or it has been quote-unquote buffed from 40 points to 45, but that's still a significant difference. At max 40 points at 1.5 seconds, you were looking at a solid minute of triumph being active, and now you're looking at 45 seconds. It's 15-second difference with max amount of points. You may not think that it's a lot, but it is very, very significant in drawn out battles. We do see the Imperial Hippodrome coming through for Theodorus. He has a really nice spot in the back of his base. Ooh, his the trade post is right next to his right next to him too. Maybe that's why he's going for the Imperial Hippodrome. So we do have the Chukunu and the War Elephant from there. What do we have in the other trade post? Crossbow, Sapahi. I would have really liked to see the Grand Winery. He has a solid spot right here. Nice mercenary camp right here as well. And now the RUS scouts are just throwing a little bit of damage onto there. First horseman does come out, a little bit of poke damage, not too much gonna be happening there. Second horseman is out. Expellitorus will be upgraded fairly soon. It is 3050, so after 3 villager kills it pays for itself in terms of gold. Instead we see the third horseman. Okay, when are you gonna get the Expellitorus? 22nd upgrade. That's not border settlements. Oh, from his, oh yeah, that's the name of the house upgrade that gives it 7 tiles of range. That is an insane amount of range. Actually, wait, who are we on right now? Theodorus. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so look at that. One house is letting them see all the way out. This house, look at it. He could drop a house right here and call it good as well. He'll have almost full vision. That is absolutely insane. Such a good buff, or such a good upgrade. If you're not getting it, please make sure to start getting it more and more often as soon as you can afford it, because 7 tiles of range from a house for 50 wood, it's nothing but a pure benefit. The moment you get it, it pays for itself. The moment you're able to see just one run by, it's already, as long as you react in time, obviously. Yeah, there are going to be some user errors going on here and there, but as long as your map awareness is good, it instantly pays for itself. It really does. We are sitting, or Theodorus is sitting on 27 villagers. Not sure how he got 4 villagers behind. There haven't been any kills for either side. There, oh, okay, that's how. There's a second TC. I completely missed that. It's because I keep forgetting to switch that over. Second TC is up. Archery ranges are coming down for our RUS player. We already have 1 barracks. First archery is done. Second archery just started. Theodorus is sitting on 29 villagers, 11 military, 9 of which are his horsemen, 2 scouts, and then an archer on the way as well. For Ramen, our RUS player, 4 spears, 3 scouts, and a single archer on its way. Wooden Fortress, oh no, that's just a hunting cabin, is coming up for our RUS player. That could have been placed a little bit better to reduce walk distance. He could have put it right here. But I guess he is generating some gold off of that as well. We do not have survival techniques. Nice little run by. Unable to get any villagers right there. Oh, sorry, my hand jolted a little bit. I meant to go slow. So no survival techniques, but we do have wheelbarrow finished for both players. Theodorus has been out here for a bit grabbing these deer. So you would have thought that he would have got survival technique, especially since it's so cheap, 25.75. Another run by. Oh, no villagers are going down. He did get 2 or 3 of them pretty low. Is he going to pop Triumph? And he could have actually popped Triumph and got probably 2 or 3 kills right there. Maybe he's saving it for an engagement. How many points does he have? He has 18. So 18 seconds worth of Triumph. We have +1 ranged attack finishing up for Ramen. Horticulture is also finishing up for him. And we have non-stop horseman production for our Byzantine player. A little bit of, okay, no fight breaking out. Archers are moving forward for Theodorus in an attempt to pick off whatever spearmans he can. 24 military, 4 Theodorus, 14 horsemen, 8 archers, 2 scouts. Ramen has 9 archers, 10 spears, 3 scouts, sitting at 22 military, but 45 villagers. So his military production will start skyrocketing in about 2 minutes once those villagers start paying for themselves. We see a lot more infrastructure coming out, another barracks getting dropped. Those are houses. I thought they were going to be more production. The archers for Ramen are poking forward, able to grab a single archer from Theodorus. Why is he dropping so many houses? He's sitting at 75 out of 90. A little bit of a poke forward coming through for Ramen now. Picks off a second scout from Theodorus. And now, are we gonna get an attempted run by from our Byzantine player? I would like to see everything get pulled back a little bit if he is gonna attempt to go for a run by. These villagers are very, very open, very, very vulnerable. First villager goes down, second villager goes down. He is gonna be able to pick off maybe 2 more. These archers move forward, do a little incremental damage onto the other archers. Meanwhile, on the east side of the map, we have a huge force of horsemen attempting to do a run by. Checks, I don't know if he's intentionally checking the deer on the eastern side in order to get some picks, or if he was just moving that way to better to get a better wraparound. And we should see Triumph coming. Oh, there's so many spears here. Theoretically, he would be able to fight this though if he pops Triumph. How many tokens or points does he have? 23. And still no Expellitorus either. Especially if he was moving like that. If he plans on doing that, he needs to get Expellitorus. 30, 50, 20 seconds. Plus 2 to villagers. Like, it's a solid upgrade, and it's quick. It's quick, it's cheap. And a few of the villagers earlier would have actually went down if he had that upgrade. They were only 2 hits away. And now we have Keshik coming out for our Byzantine player. I would have liked to see the trade post, or excuse me, the mercenary camp right here. He would have been able to get a lot of Chukanu out. They would have been able to deal with the spears and even the enemy archers in a significant manner as well. Since Ramen is sitting primarily on pure infantry, those Chukanu would be able to shred so much. I can't remember how many you get. I think you get 3 per purchase too. So your numbers would be going up pretty high. 2 Keshik out, a total of 4 now. 18 horsemen attempting to go for another run by. 3 Lamentini with shield wall are going to be tanking a lot of damage. 25 archers for a total of 50 supply for Theodorus. 68 for Ramen. 36 archers, 19 spearmen, 3 scouts. And we're going to see if Theodorus does commit. He's going to go for... is he going to try to burn that down? He needs to pop Triumph to get these horsemen back to full health. He should have what, 20 something? Yeah, he has almost 30. He's sitting on 27 points right now. And Triumph does finally come off. I think it was a little late on it though. First spearman does go down. He's attempting to get a wraparound on the archers, unable to, so he's going to be picking off quite a few spears. A lot of damage coming through from that fortress though. And Theodorus is forced to back off. Still no Expellitorus either. He really needs this upgrade. Ramen is sitting on 72 villagers, 77 military. He is going to try to poke forward with those archers. He's going to notice that the Keshiks are out. The Lamentini need to pop shield wall in order to be a little tankier in the front line against such a massive Archer mass. They beat. Okay, so shield wall finally does come off. And now the kiting begins for our RUS player. Picking off the Lament Knight one at a time. Keshiks are putting in a decent amount of damage, but now the spears are engaging and the Keshik just melt. An attempted wraparound from our Byzantine player comes through with those horsemen. Are they going to be able to get enough of a pick? Triumph does get popped yet again, and this may turn the tides of this battle. A lot of damage coming through from the horsemen, a lot of sustainability coming from them as well. The archers are able to pick off more and more spearmen, and our Byzantine player is making a little bit of a comeback in this fight right here, pushing all the way through, all the way back in, pushes the RUS player all the way back under their Kremlin. Don't forget, we still have militia, or the Kremlin, or excuse me, the RUS still have militia that they could pop out from their Kremlin. A total of 6 tickets at the moment. So it's considered supply points here as well. All right. I don't know what I'm thinking about then when it comes to tickets. I could have sworn there was a civ that had tickets. I may be completely off. And now Theodorus is sitting on 59 military, 39 archers, 14 horsemen, 6 Lamentinai. Ramen has 37 archers, 6 militia. Where are those militia? When did they get popped already? Yes, they did. They don't have much longer, I'm assuming. Yeah, they only have 10 seconds left. And another attempted run by a total, or Theodorus has only been able to kill a single or 2 workers now. And the wooden fortress stays strong. A lot of poke damage coming in. The militia do pose quite a bit of a threat on those horsemen, so he does have to pull those back. He can stutter step his archers in order to pick them off. These militia they're just chasing until they die. A little bit of a few reinforcements up here on the northern side of the RUS base. 47 villagers to 87. Almost double the villager count. But is the RUS player going to be able to get a big enough ball of units in order to deal with this? Finally, we do see lancers coming through, well, knights coming through for our RUS player. 5 in queue, 2 have spawned. Where are they? Okay, they're already in here. Early knights are out. We have 1111 done for Byzantine. All feudal upgrades up and running. 3 out of 4 of the feudal upgrades are finished for our RUS player. The 4th one, which is melee attack upgrade +1, will be finishing up shortly as well. 20 seconds left until it's done. It looks like Theodorus is trying to go up to Castle Age. If he's able to hit Castle without taking too much damage, he does have a military lead. He has enough resources now in order to hit Castle. He is going to be going for the Golden Horn Tower, of course. How many villagers? 13 villagers are getting pulled. Is he going to pull any more? No, he's not going to try to spike it up too much. We do have Keshik and horsemen on the western side of Ramen's base going in for another attempted harass. Meanwhile, we have the same thing going on for our RUS player onto our Byzantines. 2 knights, 2 early knights going around, able to get a single villager. One of them dies, second one barely survives with 10 HP. And Theodorus does see the villagers over here. He should be able to get the wooden fortress if he were to focus fire. Instead, he's going to pop Triumph and just heal through the damage, jump on top of these 3 villagers right now. But spearmen are here. Only 2 villagers went down. 2 villagers for 14 units. The control could have been a little bit better there for our Byzantine player. Meanwhile, over here on the northern side of the map, we see 2 early knights getting a couple villager kills of their own as well. A total of 6 villager kills for Ramen, 4 for Theodorus, 51 villagers total for Theodorus. Our RUS is sitting at 99. No units have went back there quite yet. These Keshik are going to be getting their charge off. Another Royal Knight, the one that barely survived earlier, picks off another villager for making for a total of 9 villager kills for our RUS player. Veterancy, the mercenary veteran contract is coming through and will be finishing up in the next, what, 15 seconds? Yeah, close enough. Eyeballing the gauge, not too bad. The Keshik are still chasing down the early knight, excuse me, not Royal Knight, over here on the eastern side of the map, northeastern side of the map. Veterancy has come through for the Lamentini. Oh no, he hasn't went for the veterancy yet. Veterancy has finished for the archers though, and now is the time for Theodorus to pounce. Even though Ramen has double the villager count, Theodorus is sitting on a better upgrades, especially with that veterancy. That Ramen is sitting on 80 archers. Shield wall comes up. He doesn't really have that much of a front line. Only 13 spears. Militia are getting procced as well. Keshik and horsemen just charging into the back line. Even though he has such a massive ball of archers, they are not going to be able to sustain the amount of damage coming through from the Keshik, the horsemen, and the veterancy, or the veteran archers. Tons of damage coming into the back line from the cavalry, and a ton of villager kills coming through for Theodorus's archers. And militia have been called. Spearmen are coming into the back line. Nice little ball of archers are just able to pick them off little by little. And these archers for our RUS player are kiting their little hearts out. Veterancy just finishes for them. Another charge comes off from the Keshiks onto the archers. The numbers are getting whittled down little by little. He just did not have the front line to deal with the cavalry of our Byzantine player. Keep in mind, the Keshiks do have an on-hit effect that they, whenever they attack a unit, they do heal. So many villager kills, so many archer kills. What are we currently sitting at the moment? Well, actually, surprisingly enough, it's only been 28 villager kills, 30 total for our for our Byzantine player. Throughout all of that, only 30 villagers went down, 31 now. And Ramen still has a massive eco lead. 25 villagers are idle, don't get me wrong. Currently he's sitting on 60 villagers consistently working, I guess you could say. But he is cleaning it up little by little. I don't believe our RUS player is going to be able to sustain off of this. But if he is able to, he's sitting on a lot, still on a bigger villager count. Theodorus is just rallying units straight across, streamlining 22, sitting on 43 military to Ramen's 27. We need to see more and more men at arms and knights coming out for our RUS player. I don't believe he has enough barracks to actually snowball a giant amount. No, he only has 2 barracks right now and 2 stables. So he's only producing 2 knights at a time, and the Keshiks are coming in, getting massive charges off on archers, spears, more villagers going down. Varangian guards in the mix now to give that extra sustainability too. There are so many armored units here for our Byzantine player. I do not think our RUS is gonna be able to hold. There just isn't enough military for him whatsoever. The crucial point was when Theodorus decided to attack, when he had veterancy and our RUS did not. That made a massive difference in the amount of damage, the amount of health, just the amount of sustainability. If Theodorus waited a minute, I think this would have been a completely different match. If our RUS player aged up a little sooner, this would have been a completely different match. There would have been knights, actual knights instead of early knights out on the field. Veterancy would have came through for the spears and for his archers. This was a perfect opportunity and timing for our Byzantine player. Even with the Imperial Hippodrome nerf, such a massive nerf too that we were talking about in the beginning of the game, he's still able to pull off such a convincing win. And now Ramen has hit 0 military to the 32 of our Byzantine player. 50 villager kills so far, and still no Expellitorus either. Imagine if he had Expellitorus, he would have had another, what, 20 gold a piece, 1,000 gold right now. I know all of them weren't, all the villagers weren't killed from cav units, but still, like, he still would have had a lot more gold. It's not like he's floating 1,500 right now anyways, right? And at this point, we're just waiting for our RUS player to see if he's gonna back out. It doesn't look like it. He still has the fighting spirit, of course. The main TC is gonna be, oh, the second TC, excuse me, is gonna be going down very soon. Villagers are attempting to mass repair it. It's gonna be for naught though. They get pulled back in, and there is a lot of damage coming out of it, but these are armored units. The crossbow numbers are getting up there though. There's currently 14 crossbows for RUS. They are going to be able to pick off the Varangian guards slowly but surely. And finally, Ramen gets a little bit of breathing room. His crossbow numbers have hit that critical mass of being able to one-shot the Varangian guards. Theodorus is backing off temporarily in order to just gather up his forces. 67 villagers to 82. RUS is still in the lead. 35 military for our Byzantine player, 19 for our RUS player. Byzantine needs to get a lot more horsemen out in order to deal with those crossbows. Actual knights are coming out for Ramen now. A little bit of another run by coming through. Triumph has been popped, more villagers going down. A total of 62 have died and more will be going down. This is the most successful raid that Theodorus has had this entire game. So many villagers going down, no gold going towards Theodorus though, because he has yet to get Expellitorus. He needed to get that. I don't know why. A little bit of a push forward coming over here on the northern side of our RUS base. A few units do go down for both sides. Nothing too extravagant though. A couple units are getting picked off for free. Wow. The amount of action that has happened within the last 5-6 minutes is absolutely insane. These villagers are going to attempt to go for a quick build. No response from Theodorus. It looks like his attention is elsewhere. He is our Byzantine player currently sitting at 60 supply, 21 horsemen, 19 archers, 8 Varangian guards, 8 Keshik, 4 Gulams. Ramen, our RUS player, has 20 crossbows, 9 spears, 8 archers, and a single knight. And now the villager count is equalizing. 72 for Theodorus, 77 for Ramen. A total of 71 villagers have been killed by Theodorus. 11 for Ramen. It's insane how quickly it turned. If anything that Theodorus did was delayed by a minute and a half, completely different game. If anything Ramen did was a minute to a minute and a half faster, completely different game. It would have given Ramen the chance to get veterancy for his knights, spearmen, and his archers. And this just would have been a completely different game, especially since he had such a massive eco lead. He is currently sitting on 0 villagers on gold because they all got picked off right here. Does he have a safe gold anywhere? That's his safest gold. Full walls are coming in as well. But with that gold, he's not going to be able to produce any more crossbows, and a little bit of a skirmish, a little bit of a fight, not necessarily a skirmish, going off over here on the northern side of our RUS base. Spearmen putting in a ton of damage onto those Keshiks alongside the crossbows themselves, and the archer numbers are dwindling for our Byzantine player. These crossbows are just completely eviscerating the entirety of the Byzantine army. Is this going to be a comeback for our RUS players, since Theodorus is on a little bit of a run by over here as well on the southern, eastern, western, central, everywhere. Theodorus is completely flooding Ramen from every angle. He may have lost the fight in the front, but he is killing off villagers everywhere. Still no Expellitorus. Oh no, okay, it's finally through, so he's gonna be making money off of this. About time. Triumph is procced and has been for a little bit now, keeping these horsemen up a little longer. Horsemen in the woodline. Horsemen are gathering down here on the southern part of the map, killing off more villagers. Triumph has finally dissipated. More villagers going down. Farms are getting scorched earth. Wooden fortress is going to be going down. There's still horsemen over here on the eastern side of the map as well, burning down the wooden fortress when they should be killing villagers. Villagers jump back inside of the wooden fortress, and more are going down here. Easy crossbow pick off right there for him. These horsemen are gonna be going down fairly soon. One mango now is out. Second mango is coming up as well fairly soon. 72 villagers for Theodorus, 79 military for him, 28 horsemen, 27 archers, 8 Varangian guards, 7 Keshik, 5 cataphracts, 2 crossbows, 3 Lamentini, 2 golems, 2 mangonels. For Ramen, our RUS player, he is sitting on 74 villagers, and probably a few more are going to be going down with the total of 75 military, 30 crossbows, 23 archers, 12 spearmen, 4 horsemen, 3 men-at-arms, and 3 knights. This is huge damage for our Byzantine player. He has been relentless for the last 10-12 minutes easy, just applying pressure everywhere, keeping Ramen distracted whenever he can, wherever he can. And now he is gathering up his entire military force to push down the middle. Those 2 mangonels have the work cut out for them though. If both of those mangoes could get clean shots in on the range, this is an easy game from there on out, if he could keep them alive long enough. But we don't see a single springald or enough cavalry for our RUS player in order to snipe them out. The secondary TC is gonna go down. Mangoes are getting ready to shoot their first shot. Completely misses. Knights coming in from the back and attempting to snipe off a mangonel. Unable to. 3 mangoes now up for our Byzantine player. They are positioning themselves in order to get some damage in. Instead of clearing out the range, they're just going to clean out the front line then and allow the cavalry to get to the back line and do what they need to do. Attempting full wraparound. GG gets called. Game goes to Theodorus, our Byzantine player. Damn. That was a good match. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.